That is the reason why I earlier on asked you, ma'am, whether you know whether the exhibit bag that are supplied from and by the Forensic Science Laboratory are going through some testing, and then you said I should go and ask the people from the Forensic Science Laboratory, not so?
Iloo nto ke bendikubuzile mayelana ne-testing lena eyenziwayo kwezi bags ezi bendikubuzela ngenxa ke ngoku yale mpendulo unikeza ngayo ngoku waba usithi ke mandiyobuza kubo.
Iyo lento niphendulile ndathi andinalwazi ukuthi bazimanufacture kanjani mhlekazi.
Which is why I responded by saying I have no knowledge as to how do they manufacture them.
I'm putting it to you, ma'am, that there's no need for an exhibit that is picked up at the scene to be put into some bag that doesn't come from the Forensic Science Laboratory before it is put into the Forensic Science Laboratory's bag.
From a bag that doesn't come?
I'm saying.
Wait, are you putting to her that there's no need
Yes.
for an exhibit to be put in an envelope
Yes.
which doesn't come from the Forensic Science Laboratory? Is that what you're saying?
Let me repeat my question, madam.
Yes, please.
I'm putting it to you, ma'am, that there's no need for an exhibit that is picked up at a scene
Ndithi kuwe ke akho mfuneko ukuba ngaba ke bungqina obucholiweyo kwindawo yexhwayelo
to be put in an envelope
uba bufakwe envelopini
before it is put into a forensic bag.
ngaphambi kokuba ngaba bufakwe kwesi sinqobo ke ngokusiyi plastic. Umgama uthi akho mfuneko yoba buqale envelopini. Ngamanye amagama nje uthi ingathathwa lanto ifakwe ngqo straight up ingakhange ifakwe envelopini.
Yes.
Akho mfuneko.
Andivumelani nawe mhlekazi.
I disagree with you.
Thank you, ma'am. I'm at the end of this. I'm going to request the courts to assist us in terms of Section 186 to invite an expert from the Forensic Science Laboratory just to come and attest to the process that is being followed when exhibits are picked up at the scene and the usages of forensic exhibit bags.
Tike uzokwenza isicelo ke okanye kunelixa apho ke azokwenza khona isicelo enkundleni uba incede ngoba kubiziswe umuntu ke wapha eFSL azochaza ke ngenkqubo mayelana xa kucholwa ubungqina.
Thank you, ma'am.
Ungayenza mhlekazi lonto kodwa
Yes.
if ujonga amafoto.
You can do that, but if
Amaphoto-
you look at the photos, sorry,
Amafoto awunawuxoka iyabonisa i-envelope ukuthi nansi i-bullet point ifunyenwe kwabekwa i-envelope ucaleni kwayo.
photos would not tell lies because the envelope is placed there, and next to the envelope there is a bullet. Ewe.
Then le envelope yafakwa phakathi with the exhibit number kwale envelope yase forensic.
And that envelope was then taken and placed into the forensic bag with a forensic number.
Yasilwa ya photographer nama details wase station.
Sealed photograph together with the station details.
Na photo 130 ne close up number ye exhibit.
As
Back
well
lay.
as photo 130, there is a close-up view of the bag.
If icourt beyingixelela uba mhlawumbi le ungixelela uba le exhibit ayifikanga ikulesi simo ku forensic or
If-
biology
if-
ballistic.
If you were putting it to me or you were telling me that when this bag reached the forensic or the biology unit, it was not in this manner,
Bendiza kuva uthini.
I would have understood what you were saying.
Thank you, ma'am.
Kodwa okwangoku andikakuva uba uthini.
But for now, I really don't get what you are saying.
Please hear me and hear me well, ma'am. This is what I'm saying. You're saying in photo number 128, there's an envelope, and next to it there's a bullet, and in photo number 129, it's an indication of a bullet that has been put in an envelope, and the envelope already put into a forensic bag. That's all.
Ucho Andiba?
Kunjalo
That's
mhlekazi.
correct.
I'm not so sure whether you know this, but do you know why forensic bags are made to be transparent?
Ngabe unolwazi
The
na
color of forensic bag.
ba kutheni na ingqoba ezi ke okanye izingqobo ezi zenziwa ngohlobo lokuba ngaba ke ukwazi ubona phakathi kuzo?
Ndiyayazi loo nto mhlekazi.
I do know that.
Exactly. Why?
Kungoba
Ukuthi kubonakala ukuba yintoni efakwe ngaphakathi.
so that you're able to see as to what is inside.
Thank you. And I'm asking these questions on the basis of what you've just explained here. Go to picture number 129, photo number 129. With your analogy, with your explanation, may you kindly indicate where is the bullet there? As depicted in photo number 129, where's the bullet there? Or where is the exhibit that has just been next to the envelope in photo number 128?
Then the bullet, iphi apha kule ifoto,
Iphakathi kwale envelope
inside the
forensic
envelope,
bag.
which is in the forensic bag.
What confirmation, ma'am, except what you're saying, that this bullet is inside this envelope?
Kuyabonisa apha kubhaliwe exhibit 1. Ifakiwe kwi-envelope yafakwa kwi-forensic bag. Kule forensic bag u-exhibit 1 uyabonakala. I-envelope engaphakathi kwale bullet, i-envelope engaphakathi kwale forensic bag iyabonakala.
It is written there when you are on page 128 that it's exhibit 1, there's a bullet. Now on photo 129, there's the envelope inside the exhibit bag, and it is written on it exhibit 1. And uthini apha? Uthi apha.
Iyafakwa. Ne-envelope iyabonakala apha kule exhibit
And
bag.
then on photo 130, it is sealed, and then you are able to see, you can see the envelope inside.
And ndiyathemba xa ifika e-forensic, umuntu oyifumanayo e-forensic or oyi-analyzayo uzawuyichaza nayo uba ufumene ntoni phakathi kwale envelope.
And I trust that at forensic as well, the person now who analyzed this will then say, what is it that he or she found inside the envelope
And the forensic bag.
in the forensic bag?
So, ma'am, you would agree with me that your explanation, that the reason why forensic bags are meant to be transparent is to enable somebody to see what is contained in that forensic evidence bag, not so?
Uchila ndithi uba unobangela wokuba ngaba ke zibonakala okanye kubonakale okanye zibe transparent as bags kuba umuntu abone uba yintoni engaphakathi.
Ukucollector ama-exhibit.
To collect exhibits,
Forensic bag do not collect exhibits. Exhibits are collected by individuals. They are put into the forensic bag, ma'am.
Injalo.
that is so.
Mhlekazi. Ukufakwa kwama-exhibit, ukucontainer ama-exhibit a-collected kwi-crime scene.
It's to place exhibits that have been collected from the crime scene.
I realize that you've got difficulty, ma'am, in explaining the situation away. I'm putting it to you, ma'am, that you saying that the reason why forensic bags are meant to be transparent is to enable someone to see what is contained in that exhibit bag. And in photo number 129, all that is depicted there, it's an envelope that is inside a forensic exhibit bag. I see no bullet there. You see no bullet there, not so. The court sees no bullet there. My learned colleague for the state sees no bullet there, not so.
Uthe xa uyichaza xa ubuzwa wathi unobangela kwenza uba umuntu abone uba yintoni engaphakathi. Kodwa ngoku kule ifoto akho muntu ubonayo uba bona nje i-envelope kodwa akho muntu ubonayo akubona bullet phaya.
Bendiba ndichazele mhlekazi le nkundla uba envelope isetyenziselwa ukuthi ifake ubungqina obufunyenwe kwindawo yoxhakelo. Ukugcina i-integrity yayo, ukuthi ithi yofika kule ndawo eya kuyo ifike ingendlela eyiyo ingonakalanga.
I think I did explain this to the court that the envelope, or what the purpose of the envelope is, to keep the integrity of the exhibit that has been found, and when it reaches the destination, that it is still in the very same condition.
Le envelope ke eku 129 yiyo le eqokelele le exhibit eku 128.
Now, the envelope that is seen on photo 129 is the very same exhibit that is there or that collected that exhibit which is on photo 128.
Thank
iye
you, ma'am.
yaqokelelwa yafakwa kule exhibit bag yasilwa yaphotograph
Which was taken, placed into this forensic bag, sealed and photographed
at the crime scene.
at the crime scene.
Thank you, ma'am. That is what you're saying. That's not what is depicted on this photo. Photo 129. You are busy explaining the chain. Let me tell you, chain speaks for themselves. You don't need to give any evidence aliwunde in order to support the chain. In other words, evidence aliwunde, you don't need to struggle to explain how a chain works. It simply goes on its own. That's a chain, man. That's a chain of evidence, not a bicycle chain, but a chain of evidence. Oh, you did not hear it.
Not that I didn't hear, but I asked you, what if I leave something out? Can you please be brief?
Okay. Let me put it to you, man. That chain of evidence speaks for itself. You don't need to adduce evidence aliwunde to explain the chain of evidence.
Uba kwenzeke ntoni, kwalandela ntoni, kwathini na, ayonto ekufanele uyichaze okanye uyicacise leyo, iyazixelela ngokunokwayo.
Njengokuba lezi zithombe zizixela ngokunokwayo umhlekazi uba kwenziwe ntoni kwi-crime scene.
Just as the pictures or the photos are self-explanatory as to what happened on the crime scene.
Thank you, ma'am. Let us proceed to another point. You say there's something that is next to the bullet, and then you said on photo number 127, I'm not mistaken, yes, photo number 127, you say that little, that little mark there, I don't know whether, but that little image there, yes, let me use the word image, that is next to a bullet is a fragment that came from the door.
Uthi phaya njengoba okubonakalayo phaya eceleni kwalambumbulu uthi ke inxalenye yocango okanye ke ya apho icango layo lophuka khona uthi inxalenye yayo le phaya kule photos 127.
Ewe nditsho
That's
mhlekazi.
correct.
When allegedly you identified or you found the bullet as is there, you said Mr. Musia as well was there, not so amongst others. And Zwane was there, so.
Uthi xa uyifumana umsiya noZwane babe khona.
Ewe kunjalo mhlekazi.
That's correct.
Am I correct, ma'am? Now, I'm going to use a practical thing, a practical example. Am I correct to say that soon after you saw this thing, you basically said something to the following, this is a bullet point here. And in fact, just next to it, there's a fragment here that I think came from the door. I'm just trying to, you know, to when this sketch, like to demonstrate how could you have reacted when you found that bullet, not so?
Ekuyifumaneni kwakho ke sendicinga nje uba indlela ke oye wareacta ngayo uba oh kune-bullet apha bonakala uba ngaba kune-piece yocango okanye yeplanga yocango.
Andingeke ndikwazi ukungqina iingcinga zakho mhlekazi.
I cannot confirm your thoughts.
When you found that bullet there, ma'am, where was Musia?
Wayephi umsiya xa uyifumana?
Wayekhona.
He was there.
When you found that bullet there with that item next to it, if it's an item, where was Musia?
Xa wawufumana ke nale piece lena wayephi umsiya?
Wayekhona.
He was there.
So Musia also saw that item there.
Naye wayibona.
Ndandinabo bayibona.
I was with them, they saw it.
Thank you. Was there any bit of a discussion around that possible item there, where it could have come from amongst you?
Phakathi kwenu ke ingaba kwaba khona ukuyincokola okanye ukuyithetha inoba ipiece evelaphi le?
Mhlekazi le pisi iyabonakala xa ujonga ecangweni. Olu cango liqhekekile. lama piece akwelicango ayafana ne piece ekulelento. So andazi uba kwakufanele ukuthi mhlambi si discuss ukuthi le piece ibuyaphi or kanjani. Kodwa iyabonakala uba ingxenye yayo ingabe ifuna iphuma kwelicango.
It is very evident. You can see it. You see it. You look at the door, you see it. So I don't know where we're now supposed to discuss that as to where it was coming from.
My question is, was there any piece of a discussion between you in relation to that which you're calling a piece of a door or a fragment from the door?
Ndikubuza uba ngaba naye na xoxa na okanye nancokolana ngayo.
No.
No.
So there was no comment.
Kwangekho comments.
As investigate sine mhlekazi as investigate based on comments.
We don't investigate based on comments when investigating a sin.
Ma'am, I'm specifically referring to the finding, to you specifically finding that bullet and that piece of a I don't know, I'm want to be very cautious. I'm going to use your word because I don't want to use mine. Upon you finding that bullet, which next to it there was a piece of what you say was a fragment from the door, it was just a silent occasion. Or did somebody, or did you alert them and say, oh, this is a bullet, and in fact next to it, I see something that looks to me like it's a fragment from the door. Or it was just a silent discovery.
Wayibona nje la bullet wathula akho nto wayibhekisayo kubo ba hayi ecaleni kwale bullet kukho nale bisana ndibona ba iphuma elicangweni wabona nje awathetha nto ngalonto le.
I-finding yethu kwakuyibullet
Our finding was the bullet
ngoba yiyo okwakuthiwe ibethe umnyango.
because it was the bullet that was alleged to have hit the door.
So kwakufanele ukuthi sijonge ukuba kunebullet nyane ebethe umnyango na njengokuba kwakutshiwo.
So we had to look and find as to whether indeed there was a bullet as it was alleged.
And sayifumana ke ibullet phezu kwe-kitchen top.
And indeed we found the bullet on top of the kitchen top.
Ma'am, what is difficult about my question? Because I'm simply asking you whether it was a silent finding, you saw the bullet there, you just kept quiet while your colleague was standing next to you, and then, I don't know whether you use eye languages or you use sign languages, or at some stage you said, no, this is a bullet, and in fact next to it there is a substance that looks to me like it's a fragment from the door. It's simple as that.
Anziphinda yonke ke lanto ininzi ithethwe phayana. Ngaba nathetha okanye zange nithethe? Sure.
Sathetha ngebullet esayifumana.
We spoke about the bullet which we found.
And that was to the exclusion of that which you're calling a fragment from the door
Naishiya le
in your conversation.
nithi inxalenye yocango.
Kunjalo mhlekazi.
That's correct.
So that explains the reason why Mr. Musia, throughout his testimony, never said anything about that little thing that you're calling a fragment that was next to the bullet. Not so.
Ingabe yiloo nto ke ngoku okanye ingangunobangela lowo ukuba umsiya naye ngoku anikeza ngobungqina engakhange athethe nto ngayo.
Andinalo wazi bobungqina bukaMsiya.
I've got no knowledge of Umsiya's testimony.
Yeah, no, his testimony, he never made mention of any fragment from the door that was found next to the bullet. And he says, when that bullet was found, he was there.
Akathethanga nto. Utshilo kodwa uba ukufunyanwa kwayimbumbulu le wayekhona kodwa akathethanga nto ngalaa pisi yocango.
Ndingangqina uba wayekhona xa sifumana ibullet.
I'll confirm that he was there when we found the bullet.
Thank you. And he never made mention of anything that was found next to the bullet.
Saphindise ngulaa mbuzo omnye ke.
Ndiyakuva
I
mhlekazi.
hear you.
I'm going to put it to you, ma'am, that thing that you are referring to as a fragment from the door and that bullet which you say you found on the kitchen top, those things were never there.
Ngithi kuwe ezi zinto zimbini sizibona apha zazingekho phaya.
Somebody made it sure that for whatever reason that they could have heard that those things were put there.
Angaba ke kunomuntu wazibekwa ezazinto phaya. Kunomuntu ke wazibeka ezazinto phaya.
Mhlawumbe inkundla ingasixelela ukuba ngibani lo muntu lo ngoba mina ndazifumana kule ndawo.
Maybe the court then, referring to you, that you can inform us as to who that person is, because that's where I found the items.
Xa sizifumana izinto kwakundim nomsiya noZwane.
And when the items were found, it was myself, Musia, and Zwane.
And I can further tell you, ma'am, that that which you are referring to as a fragment that came from the door, it was just a drawing that was made with a corky pen.
Nokuba lento le wena uthi ke inxalenye yocango.
In order to-
Umzobo nje owenziwa ngecorky pen.
In order to trump up a case, a possible case against these poor accused persons that are before court today.
Ukuze nje beliyelenqe okanye igumgedle elakhelwa aba bahleli phambi kwalenkundla.
Mhlawumbi umhlekazi uyazi ukuthi ngibani owayenza lo yelenqa kodwa ke mina andilazi.
Maybe-
Ngifumene isini inje ndayiphotographer as it is.
Maybe you know as to who formed part of that theory or conspiracy theory, but this is how I found it, how I found the scene.
Ma'am, that which you are referring to as something, as a fragment from the door, what value in the chain of evidence that you were collecting at the scene was to you?
Inaxabiso lini kubungqina obu okanye kwi-chain elobungqina lapha isanyana leya uthi wena yeyocango?
Ayizange yacollectwa ayinabungqina. Into esasiconcentrate kuyo yibullet leyafunyanwa
It was never
emva
collected.
kwama-dust jars.
It was never collected as part of the evidence. The only thing that was collected that we are concentrating on is the bullet head behind the jars,
Ngoba kwakunoduyilano endlini.
because there was a shooting in the house
And
We have just
kunomuntu owasweleka kule crime scene.
and someone lost his life in the crime scene.
Okay, ma'am, okay. If I request you to explain, I'll say, can you please explain? Do you understand? You don't need to go on and on and on and on. I'm now the captain of this ship. I'm sorry, the captain is the court. I'm assisting the court to captain this ship.
Ndizachazela ke xa kufuneke utyatyadule.
Do you understand? Now, in your testimony, you are saying that that object, that which you are referring to as a fragment from the door, it's something that came from the door and flew with the bullet to the place where it is, not so?
Ngaba uthi ke ngoku njengoba sithi ke inxalenye okanye ipisi yecango oliyana yawuthi yawubetha pha imbumbulu ecangweni. Ukuhamba kwembumbulu ke ngoku lapha isanyana yahamba nalambumbulu yaze yofikelela kulaa ndawo ibonakala ikuyo.
Ndithe ndibonisa imbumbulu enecezu lomnyango cani kwayo.
I said I'm indicating a bullet with a piece of the door next to it.
Ukuba yabhabha mhlawumbi nayo andinalwazi lwayo kodwa mina ndazifumana zinje.
As to whether it flew with the bullet, I have no knowledge of that, but this is how I found them.
Let us contextualize it, ma'am. When the bullet landed there and that item landed there, what does it say to you?
Masidibanise ke ngoku lento bangaba xa imbumbulu yawela phayana nayo la piece yawela phayana loo nto ithetha ukuthini?
Ithetha uba zafunyanwa phezu kwe-kitchen top.
It says they were found on the kitchen top.
I know they were found there. You don't need to repeat that. I'm asking you if that bullet was found there and that which you're calling as a door fragment was also found there. What does it mean? Is it not an indication that from the door, that fragment flew there or somebody, and if you are not saying that it flew there, then somebody must have put it there. Is that what you're saying?
Xa usithi ayizange ke ngoku ibhabhe kunye nembumbulu into ethetha ukuthi kunomntu owayibeka phaya.
Ingathi inkundla ifuna niqikelele and andizelanga ukuzoqikelela apha mina ngizothetha ukuthi yintoni endayifumana kwi-crime scene.
Looks like now the court wants me to speculate, and I'm not here to speculate. I'm here to say that which I found on the crime scene.
We are a crime scene investigator, ma'am. Amongst others, you're using your common sense, if common sense is common. Amongst others, you're using your experience. Amongst others, you're using the training that you got when you went through all these vigorous trainings. You're there as an expert to assist the court.
Ulapha ke njengomuntu olwazi ke lomsebenzi wakhe nokuncedisana nenkundla.
Ndiyavuma kodwa not kuqikelelo.
I agree, but not in speculating.
You know, the reason why, ma'am, you are saying you disregarded that piece of evidence and actually you did not package it because it wasn't there.
Unabangela uthi ke awuzange uyihoye okanye anizange nifake ke yona ke phakathi kungoba yayingekho phaya.
Sijonga into ene-evidential value xa sicollector i-crime scene.
When we collect a crime scene, we look for that with evidential value.
So into yokuba umnyango ndanzawuqokelela le nto le piece yomnyango ndanzayiqokelela andiyazi ke uba inkundla yayithi ndizayisaphi.
If I was then to package and collect it, to collect this and package it, I don't know what are you suggesting, where would I have taken it to?
Are you suggesting, ma'am, that from what you found there, that if your evidence is true, of course, from what you found there, next to the bullet, to you it did not constitute any evidence that was of value, taking into account that the door has been damaged?
Xa uthi ke okanye uthi okunafumana phana okanye wakufumana ecaleni kwalampumbulu kwangena evidential value xa uthathela ingqalelo ukuba ngaba ucango oliyana ke lwaluqhekekile.
Le piece yayingenayo evidential value.
This piece had no evidential value.
Finally, ma'am, I'm putting it to you that the reason why you could not put the thing into the forensic exhibit bag, it's because that thing wasn't there. That thing is a drawing. Any event, you could not have lifted something that was made with a corky pen.
Ngokugqibela ke ndithi unobangela uba ngaba ningazange nithathe okanye ngazange uyithathe ngoba yayingekho phaya into nje ngumzobo nje ongeke ukwazi uthatha umzobo.
Andivumelani nawe.
I
my
disagree with you.
Thank you, ma'am. Just a second, ma'am. I just want to go through my items here. Does it please the court, my lord? The finding of this bullet, let's forget about the door splinter. Let's concentrate on the bullet. In your view, I know you've said you're not here to give this court your views, but from the search of it, did it require any particular expertise for somebody to get it?
Yayifuna okanye idinga umuntu onesakhono esithile okanye onolwazi oluthile ukufunyana kwale mbumbulu.
Yiyo lento sayifumana nje. Mshekazi.
Which is why we found it.
Do you understand my question, ma'am?
Oh, uyawuva ubuzo wami?
Bendiba ndiphendulile ngokuva kwami.
I think,
Mshekazi.
or I thought that I answer it as I heard it.
I'm going to repeat it. The manner in which you found that bullet there, do you think it's something that required any particular expertise? In other words, the place at which that bullet laid there, for somebody to find it, that person had to have an extraordinary experience or acumen to have found it there, or any other person who had searched that place would have found it.
Endikubuza kona kuba ngendlela okanye ukuyifumaneni kwenu yayidinga nje isakhono esithile okanye indlela ethile yokhangela okanye yayinofunyana nangubani na.
Ndithetha ngami ngoba thina sakwazi ukujonga umnyango ukuthi ulimele So safuna ukwazi ukuthi ulinyazwe yini umnyango. Yiyo lento sasearcha safumana ibullet. So anakwazi ukuthi omnye umuntu wayeza kwenza kanjani.
I am referring to myself here, that we looked at the door and saw that the door was damaged. So we wanted to know as to what caused the damage to the door, hence the looking or the searching now around. So I cannot answer on behalf of someone else.
Did you use any particular instrument to search and find that bullet, ma'am?
Ikhona into isixhobo esithile okanye esikhethekileyo esasetshenziswayo ukufumana la mbumbulu.
Sasebenzisa izandla.
Hands. We're
Ngoba
making use
sasifake
of
nama-gloves.
hands because we even had gloves on.
Would you agree with me that that which you're describing now just constituted a normal search?
Kukusearcha
Search
nje
and find.
okunormal oko. Okanye ithetha ukuba kukusearcha nje ngohlobo ichaza ngalo ithetha ukusearcha nje okuqhelekileyo.
Xa usitsho mhlekazi.
If you say so.
No, I want to hear it from you.
Uthi umunqenele uyiva kuwe ke.
But andizukwazi ukuphendula into oyicingayo mhlekazi. Ndikuphendula ngendlela endiyifumene ngayo ibullet. So wena ufuna ndiphendule ngendlela wena ocinga ngayo.
I cannot answer on how you think. I am telling you how I found the bullet. Now you want me to answer based on how you think.
Thank you, ma'am. So despite the fact that you subconsciously know the answer, you simply decide not to give it because you don't want to say the way in which I want you to say it.
Now she's
That's not a
Sorry,
cross-examination.
Mr.
ma'am. Yes, as it please the
answer
court.
the question. She says, when she and her colleagues were conducting the investigation,
Yes,
they came across the damaged door,
yes, my lord.
which was not penetrated by a projectile,
Yes, my lord.
right?
Yes.
And they surmised that that projectile should be around here.
Yes,
And then they continued the search for that projectile.
yes, my
And
lord.
then they found it.
Yes,
The
ma'am.
fact that they found it behind two jars or jacks, fine. But that's what motivated and prompted them to look for the projectile, the bullet as you call it.
Yes, my lord.
And now you have put it to him that it was put by some other person. Fine, let's make progress.
Is
Because
it-
she says they found it, the way she explained, and you have put it to him that somebody came and planted that bullet, as you call it. Those are two irreconcilable assertions. We can spend the whole day here until the President Mandela intervenes. Nothing will change.
He's in heaven, my lord.
Oh,
President
all the
Mandela.
more.
Yeah,
He'll come here and say, Madoda, intonile.
I think he's with the Mugabes and.
I see. But let's make progress
As
because
it please the court, my lord. Thank you, ma'am. Ma'am, the reason why I'm asking all these questions, it's because there's an officer, a diligent officer, Mr. Matebula, who came and said, at that very same place, and this picture was depicted to him, he said, no, we went there and searched, and we did not find the bullet there.
Unobangela oba
before your
ndibuze
arrival.
yonke le mibuzo kungoba ke kunepolisa ebelifikile apha uMathebula othi ke bajonga phayana kodwa ke imbumbulu leyo abazange bayifumane.
Ndiyakuva mhlekazi.
I hear you, sir.
Thank you. The exhibits that were found on the 27th May, when you were at the scene, what happened to them?
As exhibits safunyanwa nge-27 ngelixa wena wawukhona phayana kwenzeka ntoni ngaso?
Zahamba nomsiya.
They
Mhlekazi.
taken by Umsiya, you left with them.
Thank you. Who packaged them?
Oh, ngubani owazibhakishayo?
Ngumsiya mhlekazi.
Umsiya.
Is there any role that you played in their packaging?
That who played?
In their packaging, is there any role which you played in their packaging?
Ekufakweni kwazo ke uqokelela kwazo nokufakwa kwazo ikhona indima owayidlalayo yona.
Ewe ndandithatha izithombe mhlekazi.
Yes, I was taking pictures.
No, I'm talking packaging them to be put in the forensic FSL bags. That's packaging. Taking a photo is one thing. Packaging is one thing. I don't know, maybe in your own sphere, you simply refer to everything as packaging. But what I mean to say here is that when they are being placed in the exhibit bags and they are marked,
Mna ndithetha ngokufakwa kwazo mna.
No, ayikho indlela
No,
indima endayidlala.
no role. I didn't play any role.
there's no role that it plays. Thank you.
Ngaphandle kwezithombe ezindandizithatha xa ke gqiba package.
Yes.
Except for the pictures that I took after you had completed packaging.
Nangeli xesha eqokelela ubungqina.
And also the time when he was collecting the evidence.
Your role specifically was just to take pictures.
34 to when.
Kunjalo mhlekazi.
That's correct.
Thank you, ma'am. As it is the court, mother, I'm not so sure where my papers are here. As it is the court, mother, I don't know. I put my papers here before lunchtime. Now they seem to have. Oh, okay. There we are. Thank you. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Now, you were requested to put into record your affidavit, which is A62. Can you please bring us A62, please? Let me just see. I don't know what exhibit is this, my lord, but I'm not so sure if the state can also help me. Yeah. Now, you are saying that on the 27th of October 2014, at 9:10, you arrived at the scene and conducted some investigation along with Constable Mosia, and you then collected the following exhibits, and then you handed them over to Constable Musia at the scene of crime, not so?
Uyatsho kuba wafika phaa ngala 27 October 2014, 9:10 ixesha waqokelela ke okulandelayo. Wase ke emveni koba kugqityiwe ke wanikezelwa ngako okanye wagqithisela kumsiya.
Ndithe kwaqokelelwa not kwaqokelelwa ndim.
I said it was collected, not that it was collected by myself.
Yes. Now, you're saying in the very first sentence there, you say it's written exhibit 1 is equals to a projectile found from the kitchen cabinet top, collected, packed and sealed in an exhibit bag PA 500 20877882.
Uyayichaza ke phaa ekuqaleni i-projectile eyafunyanwa kwi-kitchen top yaqokelelwa yase ifakwa yavalwa kwi-exhibit bag enala number.
Ewe ichaziwe mhlekazi.
Yes, it is mentioned.
And then there are those swaps there from swap 1 up to swap number 12. They were also collected at the different places where they were collected, and they were put in their different exhibit bags and collection kit numbers up to swap number 12, not so?
Kwaze kwakho ezaa swap zonke ke ngokusuka kule yokuqala ukuyotsho kule yokugqibela unumber 12 zafakwa nazo ke kweyazo eyodwa i-exhibit bag.
Ewe kunjalo mhlekazi.
That's correct.
Who prepared this statement, ma'am?
I-statement esi senziwa kanye ngubani?
Statement is a sum.
It's mine.
Is there any reason, ma'am, why in exhibit number 1, that weight, exhibit number 1, is not in bold letters as compared to the other exhibits from swap 1 up to swap 12?
Kunesizathu bangaba la exhibit 1 engabhalwanga ngokufanayo buyabona ke apha zibhalwe mnyama exhibit 1 eyohlukile ngendlela abhalwe ngayo kunezinye ze.
Kunesizathu? No, asikho isizathu.
There's no reason.
Is there any reason, ma'am, why the seal back, why the exhibit back number there is also not written in bold letters compared to all the other exhibits which are contained, exhibit back numbers that are contained in your affidavit?
Asikho isizathu Mhlekazi.
There is no reason, sir.
Why were they not written in bold letters? Why was the exhibit back number not written in bold letters like all the other exhibit back numbers? Why was it also not written? That exhibit 1 is not in bold letters like all the other swaps, swap 1, swap 2 up to swap 12, which are written in bold letters.
Kutheni ke kukho la yanhlukwane phakathi kwendlela ebhalwe ngayo i-exhibit back number no-exhibit 1 lowa?
Andiwuboni umahluko Mhlekazi ukuthi kube nesizathu sokuthi akunasizathu sokuthi why ingabhalwanga in bold ngoba if uyajonga napha apho ndistate khona uba ndiyintoni rank yami akubhalwanga in bold.
There is no reason, and I don't see the reason. And if you also look right at the top where I am stating my rank, it is not written in bold.
Okay, ma'am. I'm specifically referring to the content, to the body of your affidavit. I'm not the warrant officer, an official draftsman and photographer. That's not my concern. My concern is the numbering of the exhibits. So you say there's no reason. Let me tell you what's the reason. Let me tell you what the reason is. Because this was a latest addition to your affidavit. You put in this information here, that exhibit 1 in this affidavit, after all these other swaps were already mentioned in this affidavit, unbeknown to you.
Unobangela ke mina ke ndikuxolele kungoba into yafumaneka kamva leya yongezelelwe yafumaneka kamva.
Akunjalo ngomhlekazi. If yongezelelwa ngubani?
That's not the case. If it was added afterwards, by whom was it added?
Ndiyayazi uba akufanelanga ndikubuze umbuzo kodwa ke ngicela inkundla ingicacisele xa ithi le exhibit ya-edwa kwesi statement or ya-edwa kule affidavit ya-edwa nini ngubani njani?
I don't know, I'm not supposed to ask to pose questions to you, but I just need clarity when you say that it was added by whom, how, and when.
Thank you, ma'am. The answer to the question that you've just asked is within the question that you've asked. But can I tell you, ma'am, in an unguarded moment of truthfulness, that is the reason why that word exhibit 1 is not in bold letters. That's the reason why that exhibit back PA 500-208-7782 is also not in bold letters compared to all the other exhibit numbers, which are in bold letters.
So you say the reason is?
In an unguarded moment of truthfulness. In other words, you know when a person is telling
You
the
want to
truth.
say in an unguardedness of untruthfulness.
Yes.
of
Yes,
course. I
madam.
listen, I told you.
That's why I'm
Yes.
confused.
Yes.
That's why I'm
yes,
confused.
Yes. That is exactly what I'm saying, madam.
That's
I'm
exactly what
putting
you
it to
wanted
her.
to say,
You
what I
wanted,
said.
not you were saying.
Yes, that is exactly what the court understood me, madam. But that is what I'm putting to this witness, madam. Yes.
What's the response, ma'am?
Uthi ke umhlekazi njengoba eyitsho nje kuba ngaba ke kube ngumzuzu nje okanye ngezo sithuba nje uba ngaba ke okanye sokungabi nakunyaniseka okanye apho kungekho bunyani khona yiloo nto lento iye yafakelelwa kamva.
Ayikho lento ithethayo mhlekazi, andikho kule court ukuzothetha amanga or ubuxoki. Ndizothetha ngento endayenza kwi-crime scene, nento endayifumana kwi-crime scene.
Thank you.
What you are saying is not true. I am not here to tell this court lies. I am here to tell the court that which I found on the crime scene,
Iyo lento ndithathe isifungo.
which is why I took the oath.
Yes. Now, after swap 12, back to your paragraph, to your affidavit, swap 12. Now you are saying, hey, Baba, after swap 12. Thank you. Now you are saying the anti-penultimate paragraph, the reads as follows. The forensic exhibit bags number PA 400 2150107, comma, PA 400 215 3697, comma, PA 400 184 0754, comma, PA 400 198 1908 078, comma, PA 400 184 2268, comma, PA 400 186 0161, and a sealed brown A4 envelope were all sealed in forensic exhibit bag number PA 3000788 535, not so.
So uthi zonke eziya zineza number zibekwe phaya kunye nala envelope brown zaye zafakwa kule inale number iseqhubeleni.
Ewe kunjalo mhlekazi.
That's correct.
Thank you. Now, let us put this thing in simpler terms, ma'am. Now, what you're saying is, all these other forensic bags here that have been mentioned here, and that sealed brown envelope, that A4 brown, that sealed brown A4 envelope, were all sealed and put in that forensic exhibit bag number 3000788 535, not so.
Ke lonke uthi zonke eziyana zafakwa kule inale number ingu 3000 eqhubeleni.
Ewe kunjalo
That's
mhlekazi.
correct.
What did this sealed brown A4 envelope contain, ma'am?
Intoni eyipha kula envelope brown?
Ngokusho kwamsiya kwakungumnqwazi ofumanekile.
According to Msiya, it's a hat that was found.
What were your observations? Because you are saying the forensic exhibit bag number, all those forensic exhibit bags numbers were sealed, and you are saying it in your affidavit. You don't say in this affidavit, according to Musia, this is what happened.
Can you repeat it?
I am saying, I'm reading from what is stated in your own personal affidavit, ma'am, that amongst others, what was put in this forensic exhibit bag number 300788535, it's a brown A4 envelope. Now I'm asking you, what was inside that bag? And then you're saying, according to Musia, it was a brown hat. Not so?
Not a brown hat, a hat.
I'm sorry. It was a hat.
So uthi ne ndikubuzile kuba ngaba kuzo zonke okanye zonke ezibags ezathathwa zafakwa kule iphela ngala number ingu 3000. Xa ndikubuza ke ngokuba i-envelope le yayinantoni uthi ngokutsho kukaMsiya yayingumnqwazi.
Kunjalo
That's
mhlekazi.
correct.
And these items were sealed in your presence, ma'am.
Xa zazisilwa okanye zivalwa okanye zityunwa yenziwa loo nto ukhona.
Njengoba ngishilo ukuthi the following exhibits were collected by MSIA at the crime scene.
As it's written here, that the following exhibits were collected by MSIA at the crime scene.
Ama-swabs are collected ndikhona.
The swabs were collected in my presence.
Ezinye wayezi collected previous day ndandingekho.
The others that he collected on the previous day, I wasn't there.
Are you done?
Ewe, ngigqibile mhlekazi.
Yes, I am.
I'm referring to the brown A4 envelope. Was it sealed into this PA 3007W8535 in your presence or not?
Le envelope brown, ukufakwa kwayo yatywinwa kulo PA 3000 yenzeka lonto ukhona okanye ungekho.
No, ndandingekho mhlekazi.
No, I wasn't there.
So why then do you mention it in your statement?
Kutheni ke ngokuyikhankanya ku statement sakho?
Bendiba ndiyixelele mhlekazi lenkundla ukuthi after sigqibile ukwenza i-investigation kwiqhayelo siye senza i-debriefing.
I think I informed this court, my lord, that once we're done with our investigation at the crime scene, we did a debriefing.
And even before siqala umsiya wacho ukuthi wenze ntoni nantoni nantoni kwi-crime scene.
And even before we started, MSIA informed us or briefed us as to what it is that he did at the crime scene.
So yonke le affidavit iquka ubungqina obafunyanwa kwindawo yeqhayelo.
Now, this affidavit then contains all the exhibits that were found on the crime scene
Ngoba i-case A1.
because it's the same case.
Thank you. That's again another problem. You're saying all this affidavit relates to all the evidence, the exhibits that were found at the scene. Is that what you've just said?
Uqhuba kusho ngoba le affidavit iquka bonke ubungqina obafunyanwa kwi-scene.
Nditsho mhlekazi.
That's what I'm saying.
Will you please kindly take us through in this affidavit where the fragment bullet is in this affidavit that was found by MSIA when he first arrived at the scene? If what you're saying is true, ma'am.
Ukuba oku kuthethayo ke kuyinyani, awunosikhomba ke apho bangaba ishophi ke ngokungala fragment bullet eyafunyanwa ngumsiya.
Ngelishwa ndizokwazi ukuya kwi-statement esikamsiya mhlekazi
Uthi kule, bonise kule.
kule affidavit.
Eh.
No, ayikho brown envelope i-fragment eyathathwa.
No,
Apha
there's-
kumentionwe ama-exhibit athathwa apha.
Yeah, it makes mention of the exhibits that were taken. There's no fragmented bullet.
Thank you, ma'am. Let me conclude, because I don't want to be long unnecessary, by saying that bullet that was found on the kitchen top, ma'am, somebody planted it.
Mandiqukumbele ke ngelithi la mbumbulu eyafunyanwa phayana ke kula khabhathi kunomuntu owayibeka pha.
Andinalwazi lwaloo nto ithethayo
I have
mhlekazi.
no knowledge of what you are saying, sir.
Kodwa ngeli xesha ndandikhona akunamntu waplanta ibullet.
But at the time when I was there, no one planted the bullet. Or at the time when I was present there, no one planted it.
And from the factual evidence that have been before court here, or that has already been heard by this court, that is indicative of the fact that there was indeed an interference with that scene.
Futhi ke nangobungqina ke okanye sesivile ke apha phambi kwale nkundla bangaba ke kwaba khona ke ukuphazamiseko kwaba khona okanye ukuphazamiseko kwaba olwaba khona kula scene leya.
Not ngeli xesha ndandikhona mhlekazi.
Not at the time when I was there.
Thank you, ma'am. I will not argue with you. I've promised you that at the end of my cross-examination, I'm going to request this court to Meromotu, as a court's witness, to request, an attendance to this court by a ballistic expert. This is what I'm doing now. as it please the
Yes.
court, my lord.
Yeah,
My lord, in the interest of justice, and in order to enable this court to come to a just and equitable finding,
yes,
and in view of the authority that this court had referred to on a number of occasions, my lord, R versus Hepworth, I am going, my lord, I'm going to make an application that at the end of it all, that is after the state, after the defense, are done with the calling of their witnesses, that the court should exercise its discretion in a judicious manner and consider to call an expert from the Forensic Science Laboratory, my lord, to come and unpack the processes that are followed when exhibits are being attended to from the scene up until they are received by the Forensic Science Laboratory, my lord.
Yeah,
If the
I
court is not amenable to that request, my lord, I'm going to further, alternative to my application, my lord, I'm going to request the court to request the state to assist, because at the end of it all, my lord, it's not about the state, it's not about the accused, it is about fair and a just administration of justice, my lord. Thank you, my lord. That's the end of my cross-examination, man. Thank you.
yeah. Mr. Ngomalo?
Lieutenant, is it correct that you prepared your affidavit, the one that my colleague referred to, on the 6th of November, 2014?
Affidavit lena wayenza nge-6 kaNovember 2014.
Ewe kunjalo
That's correct.
Mhlekazi.
That's correct, sir.
When you prepared that affidavit, where were you?
Bawa uyenza ke wawundawuni.
E-ofisini lapho nisebenzela khona Mhlekazi.
My work office where I work from.
Are there any reasons that we can advance before this court why your affidavit was only prepared on the 6th of November, 2014?
Kunazizathu na onozithi thatha phambi kwale nkundla zoba theni na wayenza nge-6 zikaNovember.
And not on the following day, the 28th of October, 2014?
Hayi ngosuku
29th?
olulandelayo hayi ngosuku olulandelayo.
Zikhona izizathu Mhlekazi.
Yes, there are reasons.
Yes, what are they?
Zithini?
I-docket kufuneka siyiqede within 21 days.
We need to complete the docket within 21 days.
So ngezo 28 zikaNovember ndanisemochwari
On
kwi-postmortem.
28 November.
28 November 2014. Umbuzo uthi sorry.
Ndiyawuva, but
Okay.
the 28 zikaNovember.
I-28 zikaNovember. 28 010.
Ndiyayiqonda, ewe. Because on the 28th of October, I was at the mortuary. Yeah.
And xa sibuya i-docket ifuneka ihambe for inspection.
When we return, the docket needs to go for inspection.
Ama-photos ahambe ayo-downloada, uthatha i-SD card uhambe iya ku-downloading officer.
You take the SD card to the downloading officer to have the photos downloaded.
Then xa isibuya kulapho funeka uqale uzole kuqala.
And then when it comes back, that is when then you start to draw,
Iyo ke lento ningazange ndayenza the following day.
which is then why I didn't do it the following day.
But i-docket yacompletwa ngazo zona ezi-date ozibuzayo 11:06.
But the docket was completed on the day that you are asking, the 11:06.
This envelope, the brown envelope that my colleague referred to, is it correct that it is of evidential value because it is where you place the bullet projectile before you place it in the seal, before you place it in the exhibit bag, which was PA 500-208-7782.
Akusiko na ukuba le envelope lena ke ibaluleke kakhulu le owafaka kuyo la bullet head ngaphambi koba ngaba uzoyifaka kule evidence bag le engu PA 500.
Ndithe kule nkundla into ebalekile yibullet le esayifaka kwi envelope.
I said to this court, what is of importance is the bullet which we placed inside the envelope.
Ngoba bokufanele ukuthi sikhiphe I-integrity ye-exhibit.
Because we had to maintain or to keep the integrity of the exhibit.
So into esijongene nayo apha ibullet not envelope.
So what we are looking at here is the bullet and not the envelope.
I thought that you were saying that the person who received the exhibits, that back at the ballistic unit, is also going to document that the bullet projectile was in a brown envelope. Were you not saying that?
Ndicinga uba ubutshilo ke ngaphambili wathi nomuntu ezizawufikela kuye ezi zinto eziya phaya phambili uzayibhala into yokuba ngaba ekufikeni kwayo yafika isemvelopini ebrown
Phakathi kwe-forensic evidence.
inside a forensic evidence bag.
Yes, we are together.
Sihamba kunye.
Yes, you said that. You confirm you said that in your
Uyitshilo.
evidence in chief.
Uyavuma uba uyitshilo loo nto leyo?
Ewe ndiyavuma.
Yes, I do.
So it is important for one to mention the brown envelope where this bullet projectile was kept before it is placed in the seal bag.
Ngoko ke kubalekile noma ke ibalekile into yokuyikhankanya le envelope ibrown imbumbulu le eyafakwa kuyo ngaphambi kokuba ngaba ifakwe kwesasinqobo esiya.
Into ebalekile sithetha ngayo apha mhlekazi i-projectile nokuthi ipakwe kuphi.
The important thing that we are talking about here is the projectile and where it was packaged,
Ngoba yiyo ye-collector yapakwa kule exhibit bag.
because it is the projectile that was collected and packaged into this bag.
I think you are going in circles, but I will move on. In your affidavit, Lieutenant, where it says Exhibit 1, projectile found from the kitchen cabinet top, collected, packed, and sealed in an exhibit bag PA 500 20877782. Is there where you mentioned that this projectile was in a brown envelope, sealed in that bag?
Ikhona apho ikhankanya khona i-envelope le brown?
Ayikho pha kwi-statement.
No, not in the statement.
Why not?
Ngoba kutheni?
Ngoba kukhankanywe i-forensic bag.
Because the forensic bag is mentioned.
Yiyo umanqoba wayephethe i-exhibit.
This is the main thing that contained the exhibit.
But in the seal bag, there was an envelope
Kodwa-
which had a bullet projectile.
Kodwa ke kule
Was it
seal
not
bag,
necessary for you to mention the envelope? That's
kodwa
my
ke kule seal
question.
bag lena ke kwakune envelope ephethe i-projectile lena. Eyona nto ndibuzayo kungakhankanywa kwe-envelope le ibrown ephethe le projectile.
I-envelope ayikhankanywanga mhlekazi.
The envelope is not mentioned, sir.
My Lord, may I refer the witness to Exhibit X13, Capsule letter B. I know that the witness is not a ballistic expert, but I wish to refer the witness to the ballistic report, and there are going to be follow-up questions emanating from the report.
Whose report is it?
Mangena, it's a...
So you want this witness to comment about the report of Mangena?
No, I just want to lay a background, and then I know that he is not the one who
You want
compiled
this
the
witness
report.
to comment about the report of Mangena? That's all I'm asking.
To comment about what is contained in
Do
that.
you want this witness to comment about the report of Mangena?
Yes.
The state?
We've made it abundantly clear that Colonel Mangena will be coming to testify. We see no point of putting this version to, or putting any questions to this witness that should be put to that witness.
Yeah, but this witness, he had said it ad nauseum in this court that I will not comment on the evidence of Musia, for instance. I will not comment on the evidence of so-and-so, because he can come here and comment on his own evidence. You want us to go through that very routine again?
Maybe I'll just rephrase the question.
Hello?
I'll just rephrase the question emanating from the
Okay,
report of
fine.
Mangena. Yes. Just on this aspect, Lieutenant, Mangena does not mention that when he received the exhibit bag, the 500, the PA 500, 2087782, the exhibit, that is a bullet projectile, was kept in the brown envelope.
Nginqwenela nje ukwazisa ukuba ngaba uMangena kanye uMangena kwesakhe istatement akayikhankanye akayithi caca tu into yoba ngaba ekuyifumaneni kwakhe le nqoba lena wafumana kune-envelope ebrown ngaphakathi akayikhankanye ungaphendulanga.
Once again, want to object to this question. Colonel Mangena will come and explain what the situation is. This witness cannot be of assistance.
No, let him answer. So that I was accused of not giving people an opportunity to ask questions. Can you answer that?
Maybe just to add on that, the reason for me to ask that is that you said in your own words, the person who received the bag has to document the brown envelope.
Mandaleke ke ukuba ngaba kutheni na ndibuza lo mbuzo lo kungoba into ibichazwe nguwe ukuba ngaba umuntu lo kwela cala lingaphaya uzawukwamkela le bag lena kwafuneke naye eyichazile ukuba ngaba ke beyintoni na ibiphakathi kule bag.
Andizukwazi ukukhomenta ngestatement sika-Colonel Mangena.
As a court pleases, we don't want.
Sorry, Mr. Baloi.
I can't comment on the statement of Colonel Mangena. Qhubeka.
But ndingathetha ngento endiyenzile mna. If ujonga ku-photo number 126 to 130.
I can speak about what I did. If you look, the witness referring to the statement where it says photo 126 to 130,
Namaphoto akhona ayasho ukuthi i-exhibit yacollectwa yafakwa kwi-brown envelope.
the photos, and it's also written there where it says indicate the place, and it also indicates that it was packed and placed in a brown envelope,
And sealed in kwi-exhibit bag number.
sealed in an exhibit bag number.
The exhibit bag number iyafana ncamashi nale exhibit bag ela kwi-statement.
And then this exhibit bag number contained here is the exact exhibit bag which is now on my statement.
So esibhalwe ngu-Colonel Mangena i-statement andizukwazi ukusichaza.
So I cannot explain on what is in Colonel Mangena's statement.
Yeah, Mr. Baloi, you wanted to say something?
No, it's fine. It's what
Let us now proceed to photo 127 of your photo album, Exhibit D. Is it correct, Lieutenant, that the photos which relates to the scene are from photo 1 to photo number 137 of Exhibit D?
Ifoto ke ezimayela nescene leyana ku photo 1 ukuyophela ku 137.
Kuyophela ku-143.
Up to 143.
All right. Is it correct that on photo 127 you found a fragmented door next to the bullet projectile?
Linene eyokuba ngaba ke apha njengoba sibona ku photo lena 127 bangaba ke wafumana le ngceba ke okanye le pisanyana yocango eqaleni kwala mbumbulu.
Ewe kunjalo mhlekazi.
Yes, that's correct.
Is it correct, Lieutenant, that next to each photo, the photo number, there is a description of the photo or photos?
Ingaba linene elokuba ngaba ke eqaleni njengoba ubhalile phayana uthi ufoto bani ubonisa okanye kunenkcaza phayana apho uchaza khona ba lo photo leyo ibonisa ntoni.
Ewe kunjalo mhlekazi.
That's correct.
Let us go to photo 126 to photo 130 and the description thereof.
Ibhaliwe ke 126 to 130.
Is it correct that the description that you gave to those photos, that is photo 126 to photo 130 of Exhibit D, was the following? Indicates the place and position in which the bullet had found a close-up view collected and packed in a brown envelope and on the exhibit bag number PA 500 2087782. Do you confirm that?
Iyo lento ebhaliweyo phayana ndithi eqaleni ko 126 to 130.
Ewe kunjalo
That's
mhlekazi.
correct.
In that description that I've just read to you, Lieutenant, is there where you mentioned that next to the bullet projectile, there is a fragmented piece of a door?
Apha ke kule ndawo kule nto ndigqiba ukufundela yona ngoku ikhona into ethetha ngale pisanyana yocango.
Ayikho mhlekazi.
No.
Why you did not mention that?
Ngoba kutheni?
Ngoba ngizange ndayicollecta, sacollecta i-bullet point.
Because I never collected it. We only collected the bullet point.
No, just before collection. I mean, you see the exhibits lying on top of the cupboard. You don't describe them as part of the photo.
And ngaphambi kokucollecta, ngohlobo nje oyibona ngala ndithi apha uchaza uba ngaba yi-indicator ntoni. So asikafiki ukucollecta ukuchaza nje uba yintoni uyibonayo. So uthi why ke ngokulapisi ungayichazanga.
I-exhibit yethu apha yi-bullet, not icizu lomnyango, mhlekazi.
Our exhibit here is the bullet and not the piece of the door.
Is it correct, Lieutenant, that your evidence is to the effect that you were a photographer on the day in question, that is the 27th of October, 2014, and Warrant Officer Musia was the forensic investigator?
Linene lokuba wena wawufota ngalamini yange 27 umusiya yena ke senza uphando.
Ewe nguye owaye responsible for i-forensic evidence.
Yes, he was responsible for the forensic evidence.
You also told this court that you are the one who found the bullet projectile exhibit 1.
Utshilo nokuba nguwe owafumana the bullet head.
Ewe kunjalo
That's
mhlekazi.
correct.
I just want to understand this, Lieutenant. A photographer, I'm sure you were carrying a camera.
Wawuphethe camera.
Ewe kunjalo
That's
mhlekazi.
correct.
All right. I just want to appreciate this, Lieutenant. How do you found the bullet projectile at the same time we are in possession of a camera? How do you do that?
How big is the camera? Let's get to the point. How big is the camera? Does he have to push it in?
No, maybe
Or
I
can
must.
he just dangle it on his shoulder? Please, let's get to the crux of the matter.
The
Sorry, how big is this camera you are carrying, ma'am?
Ngana le camera uyiphethe.
8700.
Just
D700.
demonstrate with your
Bonisa
hands.
bonisa ngasa.
Enobungaka
It's
mhlekazi.
so big. It's
Did it have
D700.
a cord around it?
Enentambo kwafuneka
Ewe inentambo kwazi ukuyigaxa
Yeah.
kulo mhlekazi.
Let's get on to the point.
So you're also a forensic investigator at the same time, not that you're a photographer.
Ungafoti nje kuphela kodwa wawulenza nophando.
Mhlekazi bendiba ndicacisile lento kwasekuqaleni uba I'm also a forensic investigator.
I think I explained this right from the onset that I am also a forensic investigator.
Uba sahlulelana ukuthi umsiya uzawuthatha izithombe mina ngizawuthatha amafoto ayithethi ukuthi lonto bekungafanelekanga ukuthi isini si-investigate ngendlela efanele.
That we had then, in other words, we had delegated each other as to what are you going to do, what am I going to do. That doesn't mean that we were not going to work together on the scene.
Yiyo lento sasisebenza as a team.
Hence, we were working as a team.
On this copy, the presentation of evidence, you say on page 2, it reads as follows. We agreed that, open bracket, Sergeant Musia, close bracket, will proceed with forensic investigation as he started with it already on his first visit. And I focus on photography and fingerprints investigation.
Uba ngaba nani senivumelene kuba umsiya uzoqhubeka na njengoba beqalile kusuku olungaphambili uqhube wena ke ufote ukhangeleke neminwe.
Ewe kunjalo mhlekazi.
That's correct.
So now I'm trying to understand this. When you say you are the one who found this bullet projectile, but at the same time, you are saying in that report that you focused on photography and fingerprints, and Musia proceeded from where he ended.
Ngizama ke ngokudibanisa ke ngoxa uba ngaba nani ivumelene uba umsiya uzoqhubeka na njengoba beqalile kusuku olungaphambili wena ke uzawugxininisa ekufoteni nasekukhangeleni iminwe okanye iintsalela zeminwe.
Ndichazile mhlekazi kule nkundla uba nam ndiyi-forensic investigator.
I mentioned it to this court, my lord, that I am also a forensic investigator.
Xa sasivumelana uba ndizawuthatha izithombe umsiya ndizawuthatha izithombe ne-fingerprint zizaba segameni lam.
When we agreed that I was going to take the photographs as well as the fingerprints, that they will be on my name,
Kodwa ingathethi lonto ukuthi fanele si-overlooke i-scene ngoba umsiya uzakwenza into ethile.
but that didn't mean that we had to overlook the scene simply because Msiya was assigned to do a particular investigation,
Yiyo lento besisebenza as a team.
which is why we were working as a team.
You also told this court that you took a photo of the exhibit, that is the bullet projectile, before it was placed in an envelope. Do you confirm
Utshilo
that?
nokokuba ngaba ke wayifota ngaphambi koba ngaba ifakwe envelopini.
Ewe ngishilo mhlekazi.
Yes, I said so.
You also told this court that this evidence seal bag is already open. What do you mean by that?
Utshilo nokokuba ngaba ke le evidence bag lena bisele ivuliwe. Uthetha ukuthini xa usitsho?
Iphi into esho njalo ukuthi ngisho kanjalo?
Where did I say
Okay,
so?
let me rephrase the question.
Can you just refer me specifically to where I said that?
No, let me rephrase the question. Maybe you did not understand yourself. Let me rephrase the question. When you received this bag from wherever you took it, is it sealed or it is open? That is before you place the exhibit inside.
Le bag kanye esisinqobo esi xa usifumana noba kuphi na apho usifumana khona phambi koba ngabe ufaka izinto phakathi kuso usifumana sivuliwe okanye sivaliwe.
Zifumaneka zivuliwe mhlekazi.
When upon receipt they are open.
Open as in like you can put a hand inside the bag.
Ungafaka xa usithi ivuliwe ne uthetha bangaba ungafaka isandla phakathi.
Njengokubona mhlekazi le bag uyifumana ivuliwe. Xa ugqiba kufaka i-exhibit kulapho uyisila khona.
As you see here, the witness is pointing to photo 129. This bag here is open, but once you place an exhibit inside it, that's when you seal it.
Is there a strip that you have to remove before you seal it?
Phambi koba ngaba uyitshwine, ikhona into lento besingathi yi-seal oyisusayo phambi koba uyitshwine.
Ewe kunjalo mhlekazi.
That's correct.
What is the color of that strip? You know, after removing the strip, what is the color of the strip?
After removing.
Yes, after removing the strip, what will be the color of the exhibit bag?
Xa se uyisusile ke ngoku loo nto leyo eso strip eso ngophi umbala?
Ama-exhibit bag ayehlukahlukana mhlekazi.
Exhibit bags differ.
Amanye anestrip esiyelo.
Some have got a yellow strip,
Amanye anestrip esimhlophe.
others a white strip,
Amanye esiblue.
others a blue strip.
Is there a photo, Lieutenant, that you took of the exhibit before you seal the exhibit inside that bag with the brown envelope?
Ikhona ifoto apho khona uthathe ifoto apho ufote khona ngaphambi before sealing.
Yes.
Ne? Ngaphambi koba ngaba uyitshwine.
Ayikho ebonisa ibag kodwa nansi ikhona ebonisa i-exhibit.
Lieutenant, please, I'm just asking you a question. Is there a photo of the bag where it is indicated that the seal bag is open? That's a question, so that we can finalize and you go home. Is
Apho
there a
sibona
photo
khona
there?
uba ngaba nansi le bag ngoku ivuliwe. Ikhona ifoto enjalo.
Ndiphendula umbuzo wakho mhlekazi.
I am
Ngokulula
answering
ke
your question.
okufutshane hayi ayikho apha efotweni.
In short, no, it's not here.
Why you did not take it? Why you did not take that photo?
Yintoni ebangaba ungayithathi lo foto le?
Ibag yabonisa ukuthi ithathwe i-exhibit ifakiwe ngaphakathi. Ibag ndandingazuyithatha kungenanto ngaphakathi.
The photo depicts that the photo was taken with something inside. I was not going to take a photo of the bag without anything inside.
No, I just want to exhaust this point. I mean, you take a photo, Lieutenant, please. You take a photo of the exhibit inside with the bag open before you seal the bag.
Uthi ifoto ye-exhibit iphakathi kodwa ingekatywinwa ingekavalwa nje phambi koba itywinwe ufote. Ikhona ifoto enjalo.
Ayikho ifoto enjalo.
There's no such photo.
The Captain Mangena, you said Captain Mangena arrived at the scene, you were already at the crime scene.
Ekufikeni kaMangena ngalamini phayana wafika usekhona kanye nisekhona.
Ewe
Yes,
ndandikhona.
I was there.
Were there any photos that were taken by Captain Mangena?
Ikhona ifoto awasithathayo uMangena.
Bendiba ngichazile uba uMangena uzawuchaza ukuthi wenze intoni kwi-crime scene.
I think I did mention it that Mangena will explain as to what he did on the crime scene.
There is a witness, Lieutenant, who testified in this court, Tumelo Madlala. Madlala says The firearm that was used by one of the intruders was a firearm which had a wheel.
Kunelinye okanye kunengqina ebelike lafika apha enkundleni kubungqina balo lathi umpu owasetyenziswayo ngumpu onevili.
Ndiyabuva.
I hear you.
Mhlekazi.
Warrant Officer Mosia was asked the caliber of that firearm, and he said it was a revolver. A revolver, sorry.
Umsiya.
Yes.
Okay. Umsiya yena wathetha nge-revolver.
Ndiyabuva
I
mhlekazi.
hear you, sir.
But Lieutenant, I just want to put to you that the following unfolded in this case.
Ndifuna ke ukukuchazela ukuba oku kulandelayo kuko kwenzekayo kweli tyala.
I must put it to you, Lieutenant, that the bullet projectile for that .38 pistol was removed and the scene was reconstructed by the first officers who arrived at the scene and planned the bullet projectile that you found on the 27th of October, 2014.
No. Just state the factual situation.
It's a proposition.
No. You are saying the first respondents who arrived there, they reconstructed the scene. Matebula and Mtetwa.
No, sorry, my lord, I understand.
What are you saying? Yes.
I'm saying that Warrant Officer Masia and yourself
And myself?
reconstructed. No, not the court. Lieutenant Colonel Mhlahlo reconstructed the crime scene.
Lieutenant,
Warrant Officer Musia
right?
and Lieutenant Colonel Mhlahlo
Reconstructed the scene.
yes,
Okay, put it to him.
yes,
Because I thought you were relating what Tumelo said.
yes,
Because
yes,
that's how you started
Yes.
laying your foundation.
yes. The foundation or the background of my question or my
okay.
proposition is that there's a witness who says the firearm that was used by one of the intruders was a firearm with a wheel, which Musia says it was a pistol. So I'm saying to you, it was a revolver. I'm sorry, it was a revolver. Which is why I'm putting this proposition to you that the bullet projectile for that revolver was removed from the scene
Okay.
and replaced with the bullet projectile.
Yiloo nto aqale ngokuxelela uba ngaba ke uTumelo Madlala uye wathini nako bakhe ubungqina okokuba ngaba yena uthi umpu owasetyenziswayo pha yayingumpu onevili. Wongeza ke koko wathi yena umsiya uthi umpu owasetyenziswayo yirevolver. Qhubeka ke ngokuthi ke ngoku iprojectile yalampu lowa yiyo ke ngoku le eyasuswayo kwayaze yabekwa kwazothathwa kwazobekwa setyenziswe igama kwabekwa le kwaplantwa le iprojectile.
Andazi noba inkundla ifuna ndiphendule kuloo nto.
I don't know whether you want me to respond to that.
If you want to respond, you may respond.
Uba ngaba uyafuna.
Andiyazi le othetha ngayo mhlekazi.
I don't know about what you are talking about.
Warrant Officer Musia also testified when he was being questioned that the revolver does not eject empty cartridges.
Okunye okuchiwo ngumusiya yokunto bangaba ke irevolver ayiwakhuphi okanye alikhuphi ikhoba.
Ndimamele mhlekazi.
I'm listening, sir.
Were there any empty cartridges that you found at the scene during the
Akhona
forensic
amaphepha.
investigation?
Oh, sorry. Akhona amakhoba ayengenanto afumanekayo phaya ngalamhla okanye inawafumanayo?
Ngelaa xesha ndikhona awekho afumaneka mhlekazi.
In my presence, none were found.
I must put this proposition further, Lieutenant Colonel Mhlahlo, that as the investigation progressed, the police took a projectile which then matched the firearm which was found in the possession of accused number 3 on the 9th of February 2015, which was later examined by
9 February 2015.
yes 2015, which was later,
Ngokubuya luqhubekeka. Oh, sorry, man.
Sorry, no.
Sorry.
Just repeat again, because now they are putting a proposition that the police themselves,
yes. I'm saying my lord is the
the
police
police, yeah, took,
found somewhere
found somewhere.
a projectile,
found somewhere,
a bullet projectile, in fact,
a bullet projectile,
which
right?
matched the firearm which was found in the possession of accused,
Which matched,
allegedly, let me put it that way, allegedly found in the possession of accused number 3 on the 9th of February 2015, which was later examined by Captain Mangena.
possession of accused number 3.
Yes, allegedly found in the possession.
Who's acting for accused number 3? Hello? Mr. Minister, are you acting for accused number 3?
Yes, madam.
You see, look, I'm being fair to you. The proposition is putting contradicts your client's change of plea of utter for convict. You heard me?
Not necessarily.
Okay,
It doesn't,
fine.
madam.
No
Yes,
problem.
Yes.
Not necessarily. Okay.
And I'm entitled to put this proposition because
Yeah, fine.
the
But you are
accused are
saying
charged
the
together.
police went somewhere, obtained or organized a projectile,
Yes,
and this projectile matches, I suppose, after it has been fired, obviously, matches the firearm.
allegedly
Hello?
found.
Okay.
Yes,
Allegedly what?
found.
No. This projectile, which you call a bullet, matches, allegedly matches,
Yes,
the firearm allegedly found in the possession.
not my lord. Allegedly matches.
Oh,
Allegedly.
it matches, it's not allegedly.
Yes.
Which firearm matches, right? The Firearm.
allegedly found in possession of accused number 3.
allegedly found in the possession of accused
number 3
on which day?
on the 9th of February 2015.
On the 9th of February.
Into ebhekiswa ngumnumzana Advocate Khumalo kuwe yokuba ngaba luthe njengoba uphando lusiya luqhubekeka lusenziwa amapolisa ahamba ayokhangela ayofuna imbumbulu okanye ke iprojectile engamana nompu owafunyanwa umkhanelwa wesithathu ngomhla wange-9 kaFebruary 2015.
Andazi noba inkundla ifuna ngiphendule na kuloo nto.
I don't know whether you expect me to respond to that.
Yeah, but for this court, by extension of logic, the version of the state is that the police found or discovered a fragmented bullet or a projectile, either on the 26th of October 2014, and Musia says when they returned with his learned colleague here, Lieutenant Colonel Mushono, she found that so-called bullet on the 27th of the, doesn't it?
Yes, on the 27th.
Yes, of
Yes, of
October.
Yes.
So it's two projectiles, right? In essence, it's a fragmented bullet, and
Yes.
that's
yes.
it. Now, this firearm, you say it emanated from, these projectiles emanated from, one of them emanated from the firearm allegedly found in the possession of accused number 3. Do you understand yourself?
No, my lord.
Yes.
No. No.
What are you saying?
No, what
How does this firearm, which
No,
is alleged,
that is not what
Okay.
I'm saying. No.
just repeat again.
No, what I'm saying, my lord,
Yeah.
is Madala says there is the intruder, one of the intruders was in possession.
No, the proposition. So,
It starts there.
oh, I see.
That's a background of my proposition.
Okay, fine. Go
Yes.
on.
So the background of my proposition is
Yeah,
Madala says that one of the intruders was in possession of a firearm with a wheel,
Right.
which Musia describes it as a revolver. So the proposition is there is a bullet projectile which was found there, fired from the revolver, which was removed and replaced with the bullet projectile that the witness is mentioning.
the revolver which was removed.
The bullet projectile was removed and
From?
replaced with
From
a
where?
from the scene,
Oh, I see. So
Yes.
there was a, a bullet.
which was fired from the revolver.
Fine, but it was on the scene.
On the scene,
It was removed from the
it was
scene.
removed from the scene.
Right, and put where?
Removed,
Yes. Where's the logic?
removed, and it went somewhere
Oh, that's why.
and replaced and replaced.
No, you're a counsel. You can't make a proposition which has no validity in logic. You say this projectile was removed from the scene, meaning from the house 13511, Kutlwano Street. It was
Yes.
removed.
Yes, taken
and,
away.
And placed where?
We don't know from the police
Oh,
what
I
happened.
see.
Yes.
Not the police. You are making the proposition.
I'm making a
And
proposition.
placed where? Removed.
Yes, taken away.
Right.
Yes,
And placed
concealed,
where? And
concealed somewhere.
concealed somewhere.
Yes,
So what was taken to the ballistic to the ballistic laboratory in Pretoria?
is not the correct projectile.
Yeah, it means those projectiles. The two,
I'm referring to the one.
no, we'll come to that. What was placed before the forensic laboratory in Pretoria? Where does it emanate from? The bullets, so-called, found on the top of the kitchen cupboard, and the fragmented bullet which was found on the floor.
Mind you, my lord, the fragmented bullet cannot be determined, undeterminable.
Yeah, fine,
so,
fine.
so you can do whatever you want with that
No,
bullet because
Wait. You see, the evidence of this witness and Musia is that all the exhibits which were
Yes,
found on the
yes,
26th and
yes.
the 27th,
yes,
they were taken to the forensic laboratory in Pretoria.
Yes.
In
for now,
October.
yes, for now,
Now you are coming, you say, that never happened, in other words, because you say the projectile was removed from the scene,
yes,
you see,
yes.
and concealed or placed somewhere else. Now, what was taken to Pretoria? I want to understand your proposition.
And replaced with another one.
Oh, I see.
Yes.
Now
the
we
one,
have 4 projectiles. Yes. Because these witnesses, they took the bullet, as you call it, which was found behind the jugs
yes,
on the kitchen cupboard, and the fragmented bullet, which was found on the floor.
we rather not debate this, my lord.
No, we're
because-
not debating it. I'm not the type of judge who's going to say yes when I don't understand. Those are removed from the scene, according to you.
Only one is removed.
Oh,
from
I
the
see.
scene. Yes, the bullet
The
projectile,
bullets which was on the cupboard
which he found.
was removed.
I'm saying, my lord, the proposition is the following. The bullet projectile, which was fired from the revolver, was removed and replaced with the bullet projectile, which was found by Lieutenant Kennedy Mhlahlo. It was planted there, and in essence planted in order to replace it with the one which was fired from the revolver.
Okay, fine. What's your response that you planted evidence there?
Kuleyo bangaba ke na planta bungqina phayana uthini?
Ndiyazi mhlekazi akufanelanga ngibuze umbuzo kodwa ndifuna ucacela ukuthi ngubani lo okuthiwa waplanta ubungqina.
I know, my lord, that I'm not supposed or I'm not allowed to ask questions, but who is this person that is being alleged to have planted evidence?
Yeah, I understand, okay.
I also understand. Unfortunately, I cannot answer. My lord, thank you. I have no further cross-examination.
No
Thank
further
you.
questions. Yes, Ms. Mshololo?
Now, can I resume with my cross-examination tomorrow morning?
Mr. Deloy?
In order, my lord, the court time has expired.
Oh, is that so? Okay. Will you be able to be here, ma'am, tomorrow?
Uzaba khona ngomso?
Ngizawuzama,
Yes, my lord.
Mshekazi.
I will try, my lord.
How far do you stay from the police station?
Uhlala kude kangakanani police station?
Akukude kakhulu Mshekazi.
It's not that far,
I
my
mean,
lord.
you see, I'm interested in seeing those envelopes.
Ndinqwenela ubona eza envelope.
If you can't find them, no problem.
Ubazi
Or
maneki.
if it's going to
akho ngxaki.
inconvenience you.
Ndizawuzama ukujonga i-logistic Mshekazi ukuthi basavulile xa ndiphuma phana.
But as I go out of here, I'll check if logistics are still open, my lord.
So it's the brown envelope, right? And the other
Exhibit back.
exhibit bags. What do you call them?
Exhibit back black.
Hello?
Is the court referring to the Ziploc?
Yes, yes, you have that also.
Ama-exhibit bags akhona Mshekazi.
Yeah.
The exhibit
So
bags are-
into endizazama ukuyifumana e-logistic yile envelope le efunekayo apha ecourt.
the
Okay.
envelope, my lord, that I'll try to get.
All right, fine. Okay, fine. We adjourn until
Baby.
tomorrow. then.